All right. Hey, people, once again, and welcome to my live stream, which today is all about horses. So, this time I am sharing some tips that I remember helping me when I was figuring out the anatomy of horses, just basically figuring out how to draw them, how to make horses look like horses. And without further talking about that, I'm just gonna move straight to the business. So I have, as always, prepared some sketches, which I'm gonna be explaining about. And we start with the big horse here, and we start with the head. I'm just going to make first the outlines here before I explain further. I think the first thing I wanna show the side view of the horse head, and point out some proportions, things. Think that I would say the thing that helps me the most, not actually second most, because there is one thing that helps me even more, but no, that's not the point. The thing is the cheek, at least I call it cheek, of the horse here. This shape is very helpful, because here where there is the cheek, also you can see here, you see the way where the cheek goes up here. That's where you have the place for the ear. It really helps to figure out the proper placement for the ears, this cheek. And also it helps with the eye, because where this line goes here is somewhere there about in the middle is the eye. So let me draw this beautiful eye. And then of course the rest of the head. Looking from the side, the upper side of the head is quite flat. With some horses, depending which breed it is, this like the profile of the head might be like this or like this, but yeah, it's like depending on the horse that you're drawing. You know, these, let me show you here quickly. You know, there are these like Arabics, they're like very fancy. Yeah, this is definitely an Arabic horse. They have the head, oh sorry, I was not there showing it. Yeah, like more like this, and then there are these more like heavily built horses that are then like this. Now this is a lot of exaggeration, but you get the point. But anyway, here we have a neutral horse, so it's quite straight. And then the muzzle from the side makes a little bouncy. Actually, two of them, like where there is the nostril. So it's like bow, bow. the shape. And the chin is I noticed that when it comes to the muzzle, there is more stuff on top of the mouth than under it. It's like the mouth is not like equally thick from up and down. Up and down. I know you get the point. Because sometimes I see horse muzzles that have been drawn like in a way that chin is as thick as the muzzle, like above the mouth here, but it just makes the horse look fat. Don't do this. So then after the cheek, this part is not a straight line. It's not like this. It's a little curved, the area between the chin and the cheek. Make a little soft curve there before the cheek comes into the picture. But again, I want to this shape. Always keep in mind, it's very useful to measure the eye. I'm gonna make a line here. Bounce. And for the ear, so that the ear comes like a kind of like behind it. Here is the ear. So let's go back to our main horse, who's looking here like, Jasu, where did you go? Give me some attention. And was there something else I wanted to say about the horse head? Yes, of course there was. Now that I'm, well, kind of skipped that thing now. Okay, I'm just gonna go back a little bit because I noticed that I was talking about muzzle, but I forgot about these muzzle sketches that I already had here. That here I want to highlight the shape of the nostril from the side, like I already pointed out there, the shape, the bow. The same thing is here, zoomed in so that you can see it even better. The shape of the muzzle when you look it from the side, and the chin. This is kind of like the lip, upper lip makes a bigger curve, and then the other curve is there, kind of like caused by the nostrils. Something like that. And then looking, having the front view of the muzzle, also want to point out how the nostrils shape it, give it this this horse-like shape, and how the nostrils make it a little wider here than what it's here. Also, sometimes I see horse muzzles, like when you throw it from the front, don't make it like look like a wooden block and have the nostrils there. Not like that. It's more like first, I mean, the nostrils make it widen like this, and then there is the upper lip, and this is where the nostrils are then. Give space to the nostrils. So this is a no-no. This is a good one. Again, the shape of the nostrils makes a little nice curve there. And then the bottom lip or the chin can be seen there a little. But this, remember this once again, where the nostrils are, the muzzle is wider. So make it that way. And I promise it will look like a horse muzzle. Then, yes, now we can, for at least for a little while, go back to the main star, the big horse. And we get to the ears. Like I already pointed out, where the cheek curves up, that's where the ear comes to the picture. After this line, that's where the ear is. And then some zoomed pictures of an horse ear, of a horse ear. So what helps me with the ears is to first make this ball. It's like the shape, no, the base of the ear. Because horse ears are not like wolf or dog ears. They are not like these. They don't like grow straight out of the head, so to say. Like, also this I see sometimes with some horse drawings. People draw horse ears like they were like wolf ears, but this is not what horses have, no. But first there is the, like I like to call it, the base of the ear, and then the ear kind of grows out of it. And I like to think that the horse ear is kind of like leaf shaped. Like you can see it's all kind of like a leaf, having this curve up here, and there's also another curve here. Just remember where the curves are, and it's easy to draw the ear. That easy to make the ear look like a horse ear. Like even here, even though you can't see, all you see is the ear, but already at this point it's kind of easy to tell, oh, that's a horse ear, or that could be a horse ear, because the shape is about correct. And then here there is the base of the ear, and there the skull comes to the picture there. Da-da-da-da. And from the side, again, here is the base for the ear, and then the ear itself grows out of it. I hope my way of describing is not too weird. Trying my best. So looking from the side, the front is quite a flat, and then the back here is like a down, like this. First there's a little bump, and then the tip of the ear is kind of flat from the both sides, but here there is a little something. It's kind of like a little bowl taking the sound in. Here are some sound waves coming in, so they hit the bottom of the bowl here, and then they travel to the ear. Wow. Horse ear science. Yeah, anyway, so there we go. And here would be the cheek would be starting somewhere here because that's where it is. Then I wonder if that was all about the basic ear thing. Yes, I hope so. So let's move to the neck. Notice that the neck is a lot wider down here than what it is up here. So it's like getting thinner going upwards. And some here is this particular like a muscle that gives the horse neck its horsey shape. like especially this part here is very visible with, I would say, all the horses. This muscle, there is a clear curve that the muscle is making there before it meets this cheek ear area. And once again, I like to break everything into pieces. So this is the neck piece, and then there comes like the shoulder, kind of like shoulder piece. This piece here with the withers. The withers is here. I learned this word today, withers. So withers is the highest point of the back of the horse, right here. I'm gonna put some color there. And I find it useful to kind of place this to figure out how the different parts of the shoulder and everything, how they're placed, makes it easier for me to, at least when I was figuring out how this all works, it was helpful for me to take the elbow and the withers and have like a straight line here, so that you give the kind of like the right posture, helps to get the right posture for this shoulder area. So here I'm going to now highlight some anchor points or joints. I guess joints would be the more professional word for that, but I like to say the anchor points. So you'll have to deal with that. So this is basically where the bones, where the movement of the bones and where the bones are, the muscles are attaching themselves to the bones. So I would say that these and these are things you need to keep in mind. And this muscle that kind of comes out of there, this really like defines the shape of the shoulder area. And also this one here where the elbow is, this muscle as well. And again, here from the elbow going to the knee. This is how the bone curves a little bit. And then the muscles around it define the shape together with the bone, of course. And I would say a very common mistake that I see when with horses, with throwing horses, is that people throw the legs too thick. Because the thing is with horses that all the mass of the horse, the power of the horse, it's up here. Like all the main muscles, the biggest muscles are all up here, and actually the legs itself are quite skinny. So sometimes, quite often, unfortunately, I have seen some horse legs that are like super thick, like this. Like they're having like some crazy muscles, especially like this upper part. It's like that. Oh, there's some bodybuilder horse, but no, not like that. It's like if the horse has muscles, the muscle is gonna be here, not here. So make them legs skinny. And then let's move on. So now here we are, the knee. And by the way, the knee is not like a, again, let me demonstrate. Horse knee is not like a circle, not like that. It's more like a square. A little square. That's more like it. That's not. I love my exaggeration. But I'm sure that helps the point to get across. Because that one I've also seen many times, that when it comes to the knees or of the horse, it's like they're super, people throw them very round. It's like they're little, some ball inside the leg. It's quite funny. But yeah. So where was I? Here at the legs. Let me quickly draw these. Let me put the squarish shape here. And this line here is important. This line is also very visible with pretty much all the horses, at least the ones I have seen. Those two lines, keep them in mind. And then here are more anchor points. Don't draw them, even though they are kind of round, but don't make them too round. I mean, on the outside, like don't make them bulge like these. But let the little ball be there inside the leg, so that the leg doesn't have any, not too much bulging. Oh, I hope you get the point. I'm sorry if I don't make sense. It's like I've learned all these things myself, and I've never had to explain any of these to anybody. So now that I have to do that, it's like quite interesting for me to figure out what to say. Then the hooves. Now let me zoom in on them hooves. Let's take the side view of pencil case out of the way. The side view, it's very simple. To make a one straight line and then two other straight lines. And am I gonna sneeze? I guess not right now. These lines are both going to the same direction, but obviously the one here at the back is shorter than the one in the front. And then you just combine those lines and you have a perfect, nice, beautiful hoof. And then you just draw the leg. And here make a little ball. But no bulging. The ball is there inside the leg. It doesn't really see, it's not coming outside, not like this. It's there in there. Da, 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 da. And then front view, da, 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 or the hoof is might help somebody to make it first like two lines like this, and then make them lines meet. This shape might be helpful. If it is, make sure to use it. At least give it a try. Then once you have that shape, you just kind of make it more circular here and here. And then a little ball. Not too much bulging. There we have the front view of the hoof. And if we want to be a little 3D here, that's the see-through see-through view. So it's kind of like a you know, ice cream cone that you just cut from there, and that's where you will have this shape. Then would be the hoof. Yeah, very useful indeed. Oh, and I already kind of explained the head, and I just now noticed that I once again skipped something, but let's move back to horse head, but this time the front view. And here is the most useful thing I've ever used when I was learning how to draw a horse, and I still use it. Because it's so useful. And I think it's, actually for me, I remember the first times I was using these three simple lines and how it helped me to see the horse head and to draw it. So the magical three lines are 1, 2, and 3. I can't start to explain how much these three lines have helped me with horse head. Especially when you're drawing it like not from the side, but when you're drawing the horse head, the front view, or at least like here, almost front view, here as well. These three lines. The first, let me see. The first line here is comes around about where the eyes are, where the head is at its widest. So let me quickly make some darker stuff here. Dark stuff. Dark horse stuff. Okay. So like when you draw, let me show here. Dang. When you draw these 1, 2, 3, these lines, then it's easy to get about the eye point here, and then the widest point on the muscle where the nostrils are here. And that's where you have a horse. You see? That's how easy it is. This is so useful. Oh, damn it. Okay, yeah, so let's move back to this, where even though I think the quick drawing that I just made just demonstrated it all perfectly, so I don't think I need to really explain anything here anymore, because that was just perfect. And again, notice the shape of the nostrils, the curve and the curve. That's where you have a nostril. Curve and a curve. It's kind of like a water drop. A little twisted water drop. I don't know, at least that's what I see. And then we have here again the ears, or base. This is the base of the ears, and then the ears growing out of the base. And the curve and another curve, curve, another curve. And that's where we have beautiful ears. Da-da-da. And now the sneeze was there. Okay, excuse me. Excuse me. All right. And also here, like I was saying, even this angle, the double cross shape helps to define the overall shape of the head. And because repetition is the best lesson, I'm repeating myself over and over again so that you cannot forget what I've said here. Where the cheek comes up, that's where the ear starts. And here's another ear. And here, when there's the line, the cheek line, let's call it cheek line, that's about in the middle of it. That's where we have the eye. There. Yay. All right. Then next, what else? We move to the main big horse. And now we are there at the, I would say, I guess this is a trunk. Yeah, isn't it? I think you can call this part trunk. So the back is curving a little bit after the withers. There's a curve and it comes up again where there is the, okay, so this is like the edge of the pelvis comes here. And here are also very important anchor points, these three. Keep these in mind. These are again the spots where the bones and the muscles meet. Also going down here. This is very useful, very helpful when you know how to spot these spots. Yeah. So then the stomach. The stomach is quite round, goes up a little bit here at the end, and here this is a good place to chop the horse into another piece. This part here is very visible. Very, very visible. And then the butt is kinda, how could I define this shape? I mean, there is kinda little lump here, and then here as well. It's really following these anchor points, the shape of the butt. So just keep in mind these spots. And here there is some more muscles that also define the shape, especially these muscles that are like they're attaching themselves here, going up this way. I guess I could even like separate this area and this area to cut the horse into even more pieces. Then we're going downwards, and again the kind of like the leg, the muscle is up here and the leg is then quite skinny. Here is another ice cream cone shape. The end of the ice cream cone has been cut there, but this part of the back leg. I'm going quickly just I'm going to explain this shape a little bit more in just a moment. Here, two little balls. I also want to say that when you're looking at the hoof from the side, it's like, at least when the leg is in this position, it's like there at the back there is a little lump, but the front is more smooth. So it's like the front is kind of, well, you can even draw it straight like that. And then there is the hoof. And then here at the back there is a little lump. And then here is the tail. Now this area, so there is the main factor here, or the thing that defines the shape, really are these bones. Like there are bones, there is the anchor point, and there is a bone that kind of goes up here. And so what we see on the surface is this. You see how the bone defines, the bone on the inside defines what we see on the outside. And there is this hollow part here where the bone is not. So you pay attention to this. Then here I have just this quick sketch. Pretty much I made this one to demonstrate the fact how the kind of like the muscle power and the muscle mass of a horse really is up here, and how the legs are very skinny. Oh, so don't put the muscle mass here. Like you see, they are quite delicate even. Just skin and bone, almost. But then the power, the engine, is really up here. Here you can draw the bulging muscles if you want to. If you want to have a bodybuilder horse. But anyway, horses are pretty muscular. They're very beautiful creatures. So and here you can see I'm a little. It's very. I would say it's very useful to make sketches like these to kind of simplify and exaggerate the shapes of the horse or any animal or human you wanna draw and learn to draw, because it's at least for me it's really makes the drawing more fluent. It's kind of like you just have fun, but at the same time you are learning a lot just playing with the shapes. Here I want to use some red to break this horse into these pieces that help to see the different parts that affect that give the different forms, different shapes. Here. And I totally recommend breaking anything into pieces that you want to learn to draw. Break them into pieces and then, play with the pieces. See what you can do with them. Yeah. And then quickly the front, I would say the chest of the horse, the chest area. This shape is very useful and I use it like all the time. Just have this and the neck then meeting with the muscles here. And then the legs. Like you can see there the very basic shapes. At the end it's very easy. It's not hard. Especially if you want to learn the basics, then if you want to learn every single muscle and every single bone, then might be a little more learning. But if you want just the basic understanding of the shape and the like basic understanding of what can I even say? Just the basic understanding on how to throw a horse, then that's all you need. Very simple forms and shapes. Very simple pieces that you just put together. So here again I'm highlighting the main stuff, the most important things that matter the most. And even here, by the way, with this horse head, you can have help. I mean, you can help yourself with this double cross shape. And then draw the head using it. And here again, the nostrils are where the muscle is at its widest. Then there is the upper lip and the bottom lip. And the ears come after the cheek. You can't really see the end of the cheek from this angle, but anyway, just know that it's there. One last thing is the butt from behind. I wanted to have this here because it's very square and I think it's very easy because it's so square. Like the shape of the horse butt from behind, it's just that. This square or rectangle, whatever it is. And then 2 ice cream cones. Then 2 small blocks. 2 lines, little ball. Oh, sorry, I was not in the zooming camera. 2 balls here. And the hoof. And another hoof. So here are the main pieces. Then butt, you can split in the middle, 2 butt cheeks. And that's how you get main shape, or the basic shape of a horse butt. And well, horse from behind. And here you see the, this bone looking from behind. That's just where it is. This